Welcome back to the weekly news roundup. Well, in probably a first, a Sillyville article from about 6 months ago has now become a main deep dive feature because we have to talk about trumped up data leaks. This is right. We are talking, of course, about Trump Mobile. He mentioned Orange Man bad. That's right. Of course, that's Don Jr. over there. I'm not sure. I just don't trust that guy. He's got those like, let me see that. Was that TV show, that Lucifer TV show? He's got those Lucifer vibes, you know. Feels like he should be running like a brothel and a strip club or something, a bar or whatever in the basement, whatever that Lucifer did on that TV show. But this is the 47 plan. Trumps the rest. That's right. No contract. Uses basically a prepaid NVMO, $47.45 a month for nationwide coverage, roadside assistance, telehealth access, Lord help us, and more. And by the way, there's also, I did not get a chance to look into it. That now there's like, there's all this is coming out, and then there's also like I don't know if that's a government program or something. Something about Trump Pharmaceuticals, and I'm not going to exactly take Oprah's view on The View that we're all just going to drop over dead, but it depends. If it's a white label business like Trump Mobile, and we're going to get into it, steer clear. If it's a government program, well, it's always been incompetent. So I don't know which way to go here. You know what I mean? But basically, this is an NVMO system, and we talked about it under the Sillyville a few months ago, and this came out. Let's see. Okay, so hey, here's the good news: your browser's opt-out signal is being honored and will override your choices. Okay, I guess that's cookie stuff. I don't know. Maybe that's good or bad. Who knows? But anyway, you can come over here and you can sign up for the Trump mobile phone. And based on what it looks like here, it looks like it's probably like a T-Mobile type NVMO. I'm not totally sure. Here's the current picture of the phone. Of course, if you are paying attention, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I don't know. There's only 11 stripes on that American flag. Maybe 12 if you're down there. And maybe like, you know, some democratic state like New York was thrown out or something. They don't need any of the original 13 colonies. So if this is really the thing and not just an artist rendition that has an error, we actually have 11 stripes on our American flag. I did count there are 50 stars, so we are good for that. But this thing's out here. Let's look at the plans, because our supporter call last night, there was some question on some of the plans here. That's this one here. $47.45 for the first line, $42.45 a month for the second line, $37.45 a month for the third line. But if it's 4 more lines, $32.45 per month for 4 lines or more. So I don't know, is that the fourth line or more? Or is that 47, then 42, then 37, then 32 for all the other ones? This wording is very interesting. Now, what I don't have here, and we're just going to talk and talk about it here briefly. I have been following a couple of the channels, ordered one of these just to see what it is about. One of those, the one I've been watching the content for, is Penguin Z0, which is, of course, Charlie. Huge YouTube channel. And if you've been following along, he ordered one, and he's been making several calls to figure out where his Trump phone is, because they promised to ship them out by like October, and then it was the beginning of the year, and then it was a few months later, and then it was a few weeks later. Now, allegedly, this week, they are starting to roll out. But as he attempted to contact them several times at Trump Mobile, it was not an American-based call center he's bleeding through. You can check out his channel for his Trump phone videos, where he goes into calling the actual customer service to figure out where his phone is. We also don't know what the specs of the phone are. When it originally came out, it was looking like Snapdragon 7 processors, but it could be Snapdragon 8, because the final version of the phone hasn't been out yet. In fact, if you go back, the picture on the site here has even changed. So this is the current rendition. Now, some people were saying, hey, this just looked like some cheap phone, whether some cheap Samsung phone, or as some articles said, it looked like this phone. Now, to be clear, this is 3 cameras. Excuse me, my apologies, I didn't have that screen over there. Here's 3 cameras here, but people are saying that it was like this phone here, which was a T-Mobile Revel 7, because the original picture on Trump's mobile website did have 4 cameras. But to say it was this $127 Chinese one from Walmart may not be the case. But what we do know right now is apparently originally it was like made in America. Now they're basically saying, hey, made in Taiwan under the oversight of Americans, I guess. I don't know. So there's a whole bunch of weird stuff going on here. But what ended up happening, looking at who is this? Daily Beast. The Trump mobile phone is finally released with a major blunder. And once again, I didn't get the... hold on, let me go back to... Yeah, it's not saving my my highlights here, but anyway, Trump's organization long delayed mobile phone has finally begun to roll out. It was a $499 phone with the T1 smartphone, began shipping on Monday, 9 months after originally scheduled to be due. The gold-colored smartphone faced multiple delays before finally launching. And then customers looking to pre-order the T1 phones must pay a $100 refundable deposit and join a wait list. Now, if you went back over here and you looked over to the terms, or was it it was one of the privacy policies. Ooh, I should have grabbed which one it is. I think it's this one here. No, it's the terms of use, I think. It actually makes mention here that the refund may or may not, I should have looked these up, I forgot to. It was basically may or may not be more than the $4.99. It may or may not be refundable. It may or may not. You may place an order with or without an account. Creating an account gives a benefit of a faster checkout. Nothing on the services constitutes binding offer to sell you any product described on the mobile services or to make such products available to your area. So you can buy it, but we may not sell it to you. We reserve the right at any time after receive your order to accept or decline your order or any portion of your order at our sole discretion, even after your receipt of an order confirmation. Once your credit card has been charged, we may only cancel your order if the product is listed as incorrect price, the product is unavailable, or we were unable to process your payment, or we reasonably suspect fraudulent activity. Prices displayed are quoted in U.S. dollars. Okay. In the event it's right, you see all prices, discounts, promotions are subject to change without notice, except prices will not change for orders already placed. So maybe they did fix some of this. Charlie went over this quite a bit more, and it was definitely interesting. But anyway, the rollout happens now. While some people said they've started to roll these out, we still don't know the specs of this phone. So I don't know if it's a Snapdragon 7, an 8, or 9, or what. I don't know if it's some American-made phone or some Chinese knockoff garbage slapped with a made in Taiwan sticker because, you know, according to China, they own Taiwan anyway. Why not, right? But the challenge here is that ultimately this whole thing became a giant blunder because they have a major security vulnerability and nobody's picking up the phones over there or responding to any comment about it. Such that CoffeeZilla ended up getting contacted directly by that guy that found the website leaking data after finding his actual information. Him and Charlie also did videos about the major issues on this. And the other thing we heard is that originally we were told, you know, we have 350,000 pre-orders. Well, the data leak actually showed us we only have 30,000 orders of this phone. Which I think it was 10,000 unique customers, 30,000 phones. So it's not nearly as possible as they led us to believe. But the problem is their website is leaking absolutely everything. And nobody's picking up the phone. Got to get Marco Rubio over there to manage Trump Mobile, all right? President Trump's namesake cell phone provider has been leaking customer data, including mailing addresses and email addresses, according to reports. CoffeeZilla and Penguin Z0 both said they ordered the mobile phone, and they had been alerted, not by them, by the researcher who found their information in the exposed data. I know that's because, sadly, I'm one of those customers whose mailing address, email addresses, you know, everything short of credit card number is being leaked, CoffeeZilla said. Do not order from TrumpMobile.com unless you're ready for your information to be leaked. It's basically that bad. They both said they were alerted of the leak by a source who shared their personal information to prove they really had access to it. The researcher told them they were not able to get a hold of anyone at Trump Mobile, so the issue is not fixed yet. All of us have been met with radio silence, Penguin Z0 has said. And then there's some discussion about it over there. According to the data leak, 30,000 people ordered the phone, much lower than the last year numbers expected. Last year, according to an estimate, there were 590,000 pre-orders at the cost of $100. Trump Mobile announced last year with the promise of delivering a made-in-USA phone. It turns out people in the United States don't make phones. Let's just do it in Taiwan. It's easier. You can blame Bill Clinton for that, though. All right. The phone looks similar to a 2-year-old HTC phone, suggesting it may just be a rebranded device. The phone has been marred with issues since day one. 404 Media, for example, tried to order the T1 when it was announced, and the order page failed and charged the wrong amount. So, needless to say, if you like Donald Trump or don't like Donald Trump, don't order from TrumpMobile.com. Now, I will say first and foremost that Donald Trump, the president, does not actually have a specific direct stake in this company at this point in time. It appears to be a relabeled brand licensing the Trump name, with Donald Trump Jr. being a point person for the family namesake. But this, if nothing else, it points out the dangers of third-party reselling and white label businesses, because this is the type of experience you tend to get. If you ever order things from Amazon, you know this experience. You can flip through Amazon and see 100,000 different products that all look exactly the same with different brands on it. It's just a white label company. We talked about this a couple weeks ago, last week, maybe a couple weeks ago, with that white label baby monitor camera that thousands of companies selling that exact model. Serious data leak in it. Exposes your cameras to the open internet. People can watch your babies sleep if you're using that thing, because it's just some third-party, crappily made white party application, and that's really all there is to it. So is this like Donald Trump's bad and evil? See, no, it's just an example of horrible white label businesses that people are expecting to make a whole boatload based on the Trump name, and it turns out that most people really just don't want to buy a Trump phone, I guess. I don't know. But you tell me what you think about all that. I just found it was interesting, and we talked about the phone under Sillyville when it first came out and seeing a massive data leak. Don't be ordering one of those phones anytime soon. Let me know your thoughts about all that in the comments down below.